Welcome back to another episode of Vintage Survival. So, the time is stopped, and this is going. I'm bringing you guys back a little earlier than normal because, for one, I've installed a new mod called Test Drive. And for two, we're going to be doing some testing together. So right now, I'm going to hit save. That way, if the testing doesn't work, we can just back out and come back out to this save. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into shop, and we're going to slightly break our rules, very, very temporarily. Why we're going to do that is that, one, we're going to get a base game trailer, and we are going to no, this is not what I want. No. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I don't know how to use it yet. Alright, so stop the harvester for a minute. I just want to try to figure out how to use this. So I'll be right back. Whoops, I accidentally wasn't recording. So, not sure what got caught by the previous clip, so I will repeat most of it. What we have found is that it is our combine. I have this base game Massey harvesting away, and I can start pulling up alongside of it, and as soon as I get close, the pipe comes right out. No problem. Happy as a clam. Whereas if we switch to this and catch up to our combine, it will not let me put anything in it. It just won't. Which is rather unfortunate. So I was doing some combine shopping, and we have a ton of options. So what we're going to have to do is get up alongside of our combine, manually unload it, and go trade it in. I'll be back once we're at the shop. Alrighty, we are here at the shop. We have unloaded our header. Oh, gonna have to go do an unload here as well. Stop, 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 stop. No! No, you're gonna go the wrong way. Damn it. Well, we don't have crop destruction on, so we'll just drive through the crop. I don't normally do that, as you guys know, but and that takes down and down and down and down. There we go. Now we just get out of the way. And we can sell this big thing. So we should get decent money back from this that will allow us to buy maybe not as good of a combine, but you know, still a pretty good combine. All right, actually, we did better than I thought we were going to there. So let me shop, and I'll bring you back once I've picked one out. Well, funnies of funnies, I have picked our combine, and it just so happens to be the one whose header trailer I was using. So yes, it is a smaller header. I think we'll stick with design 1. But this combine is significantly cheaper. Ah, crap. Threw me off of it. Here we go. The 5650 Advanced. So we're going to go with a 4x4 setup. Race paddles. Okay, we'll stick with standard wheels. What does back sticker mean? Oh, yeah. Cabin. We're going to go with an actual cabin, please. All right. Industrial. Double rotor and spreader. Okay. Yes. Beacon lights, yes. Exhaust. Standard or chrome, and that's the only two options. We'll leave it standard. Windows, I want to leave standard. Attachers. Side float. I don't know what that means. Something up here, maybe? Yes. We'll go standard. Spreader. Straw spreader. Straw chopper. Lid. Standard. We want the spreader. Pipe. Definitely want design 2 in case we get any higher trailers. And we came back out just about the same. So there we go. I'm going to go get our new combine set up where the old one was. And we'll move on from there. Alright, so our new combine is going. Our new permanent combine. And now we can get rid of the borrowed gear. Well, sort of. It's not all going to fit. I promise it's not all going to fit in this trailer. Which is frustrating, but it is what it is. Well, that's rather unfortunate, but it does prompt me to see what else there is in the way of trailers, if anything. That I might want to have. I could have a different kind of gravity wagon here. For relatively cheap. I could also have that trailer. Lots of options. I'm thinking honestly that it would be nice to have something like this. Yeah. The color's hideous though. Don't like any of the options so far. I mean, that's probably the best right there. Yep. Well, that's rather daft of me. I did not make sure that it had a rear hitch. Whoops. Hope it hooks to the rear hitch on this one. Well, lucky us, it did. Do 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 do. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys back now when I'm selling this at the sale point here, and survey says that's a lot of rye. That's what the survey says. Oh, and the rest is ours. Wow. That's impressive. We will take that money, though. Alright, so active contracts. Oh yeah, these two instantly completed. That's been happening a lot, so don't blame me. I have baling and mowing to be done. Alright, but first I have running down to the new harvester so that I can get rid of the leased and incorrect timeline trailer. That way we are back within our rule set. Temporary suspension of the rules aside, that was to prove, you know, what the problem was. Now that we've done that, the rules must come back. There we go. That's all mowed up now. In fact, let's get on the straightaway here where I can kind of aim it. Set the cruise control. And we go to our contracts and we'll just collect that one. That's a nice just under $3,000 we got there. Now the observant will have noticed that I've taken baling contracts and I don't have a baler. Well, we've talked about this before with a mod that I'm using called the Work Anywhere mod. I can work anywhere, which means one of the effects of that is that it overrides the square and round baler check, and well, the baler check in general, in fact, which means that I can use a forage harvester, such as this guy. Oh, where are we going for these? 149 and 106 is way in the far corner. Well, we'll start with the 149 then, so that we can be close to our other work. Not that that really matters, because when I get focused, I don't pay attention to them anyway. Otherwise, I would have caught, you'll have seen this in the time lapse, I would have caught the harvester being stuck much sooner than I did. I don't know how long it was stuck. I'm terrified to know how long it was stuck. I'll see it in editing, of course. How many times I had the camera pointed towards it and didn't notice. And this is good timing because I can get this pulled over and jump over to do a much needed unload on the combine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows over, starting a 7th. I may have pushed that a little too far. Is this beacon on? No. Well, not too big of a deal then. I don't think this particular field is yielding all that great. Let's see here. So the front trailer is full. And now the rear trailer is full. So we will leave him to keep harvesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got pushed. A lot of weight there. Well, at some point while I had the HUD off, the time got changed. I must have hit the wrong key. So I was only on the 5X instead of the 10. And yes, I edited the contract timers, basically put them out far enough to disable them. Because, frankly, I don't care. I want that turned off. Unfortunately, Giants in their infinite wisdom didn't give us the option to turn it off, did they? Oh. I'm gonna have to loop around for that. I didn't do a good enough job. So we'll just duck through here real quick. And go through it the other way. Alright. I just thought I'd point out my failure, because I'm sure somebody will have seen it and put it in the comments. Back at the field. Looks like the combine's doing its thing. We'll just park up right here. Have to catch that on the next row. So here we go. Lower, turn on, and as I blast through here, collecting up the straw, you can see the contract for field 149 is progressing right along. Nice, steady, up to 6%, 7, 8. So if you're on PC and you don't want to be trapped into using a specific type of baler, or maybe into a baler at all, look at the Work Anywhere mod. It's up to you whether you actually cheat and work anywhere, or if you just use it for collection contracts, which is still a little bit cheating. Because if the farmer tells you they want square bales, they want square bales. That said, I quite like this. I'm thinking though that you guys maybe watched too much of this in the previous episode, so I think I will skip showing it for the moment. The first of those baling contracts is done, and we've got a fair chunk of change, and I want this field. If we go on the map and look at this field, it has 125% yield, expected yield potential. Soil distribution is 100% loam. And we currently have a 10% discount from Katie for having done contracts for her, with the maximum discount being 25%. I think it's worth just getting it now at 32,000 minus the 10%, which would be, 3248 according to that. But let's collect our contract. Neither of those is for Katie, so yeah, I think we better just buy it now, huh? Before it disappears. And there we go. We own ourselves a field. It does look like I need to cancel that second baling because it's too late in the day to start one. And even though I've never talked about it, I've set a rule for myself that contracts that are close like this are allowed to continue into the night. But contracts that I haven't even started yet, when it's this late, it's basically time to end the episode. By 2000, it'll be dark. So, yeah, I canceled that, and we're going to get set up to do the next run alongside the combine. However, I think I will leave you guys here. In the next episode, we will obviously be harvesting our own field and doing whatever contract work I pull. I'd like to thank you all for watching. As always, I will see you on the next one.